Hello and welcome to day 2 of DevLab by HackerJob. Really excited to have you with us again today. I hope you had a really good day yesterday. There were loads of engaging talks and we've got even more great content coming up throughout the day. Before we get started, we'll just wait a couple of minutes for some of the attendees to join. As ever, I'm joined by Maria and Henry from our team here at HackerJob, who are going to help us to moderate some of the events throughout the day. So welcome again, guys. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm very happy. It was super nice yesterday, and I'm very excited to be here again today.
Yep, excited for day 2, packed full of engaging, interesting talks.
Lovely stuff. And I think both of you were involved in moderating some events yesterday. I know it was a fantastic day. I was dipping in and out throughout the day. Some really good bits of information, some really good takeaways for everyone that was listening in. Maria, in terms of your day yesterday, what was the highlight for you? What were you kind of involved in yesterday?
Really hard to say because we had amazing speakers yesterday, but I must say that Abadesi was an amazing talk, was very insightful. For those who were not here yesterday, Abadesi is the founder of Hustle Crew, and her focus is on tackling inequality within the tech sector, and she delivered a talk on challenge narratives with data and embracing the discomfort.
Fantastic, excellent. And Henry, how about yourself?
Yeah, again, there are some great talks. I was lucky enough to moderate a one-for-one by Hosanna Ali, who's an Azure specialist at Microsoft. But I think the most interesting one for me yesterday came from 2 speakers from Funding Circle. As they were sort of going through sort of CQRS and the micro front ends, and we hear a lot about people moving from sort of monoliths to microservices, but in action, I think most of us that are outside of the actual dev front end back end world don't really understand what that actually means. So actually getting a bit of an understanding around that was really enlightening and interesting for me.
Fantastic. Yeah, as you said, there was so many great talks yesterday. It's hard to pick a favourite for sure. And for anyone that did miss any of the content yesterday, it is all recorded. We should be following up with emails, so you've got access to any of those recordings. Anything you want to go back and listen into or share with anyone else that wasn't able to attend yesterday, please do. So for anyone who has dropped in the last couple of minutes, just to say welcome again to day 2 of DevLab by HackerJob. Really excited to have you with us today. For those of you who don't know us, my name is Phil Kell. I'm head of talent here at HackerJob. So I was involved yesterday in introing a few of the talks, introing the day, and closing things out. So yeah, really nice to be involved. Nice break in the kind of daily routine to get involved in such interesting and engaging talks. Just for anyone that wasn't here yesterday, if we do a few extra introductions to Maria, if you could just quickly introduce yourself. What's your role here at HackerJob?
Okay, so I'm Maria Fernandez, and I'm a talent success manager. I guide people throughout their interview stages, coaching them for interviews, giving advice. Henry?
Yeah, Maria and I work on the same team, also in the talent success side of the business. Yeah, like Maria said, we make sure candidates who are on the platform have the best opportunity to succeed in their job search by providing some advice, making sure they're upskilling correctly, and are fully prepared for anything that's thrown at them through any interview process.
Fantastic. Yeah, and Maria and Henry are going to be your moderators throughout today's event. And for anyone that is interested in signing up for the HackerJob, you may be lucky enough to be paired up with both of these fantastic, or either of these fantastic talent success managers, helping to guide you and give you advice throughout your processes. So if anyone does want to see more of Maria or Henry, you can sign up the HackerJob, and yeah, they'll potentially be working with you as your talent success manager. So just going to quickly go through the agenda for today's event. So coming up at 10 a.m. we have a keynote, which is things you didn't know about web accessibility, and that's with Emily Cook, who is a software developer. So tune in for that at 10 a.m. At 10:35 we have how computers encode emojis and how these emojis support inclusion and diversity in the digital age. That's Charles Godfrey, who's a software engineer at BAE Systems. Following on from that, at 11:35 we have a collaboration for all of you. So DevLab is actually collaborating with Coding Black Females Festival, Journeys into Tech, on stage 2. So head over to stage 2 at 11:35, and we'll all be there. We'll be joined by our partner organisation, Coding Black Females, and we'll be joined specifically by Charlene Babadinga, Ursula Paul, Flora Duang Arop, who are all software engineers. Charlene works at Sky, Ursula is at Decagon, and Flora is joining us from a freelance capacity. So they've got some really, really good insight into their own journeys into tech, and some really good information to share with anyone out there who is looking to take that first step into technology. There'll also be myself, Matthew Hyland, that is, who is our lead talent success manager here at HackerJob, and Maria will be joining us as well for that talk. Following that, at 12 p.m, we will have debugging Kubernetes in production with Shai Almog, who's a developer advocate at Lightrun. At 1:15, we have another keynote. This is Being a Neurodivergent DevOps Engineer, the Wonders and the Struggles. That's with Jennifer Opel, a multi-award-winning DevOps engineer and with HelloSign at Dropbox. We actually had Jennifer on the podcast, the DevLab podcast, a few weeks back. Really engaging speaker, loads of awesome information to share with everybody. So I would definitely recommend getting involved in that at 1:15. And then the event will close at 2:30 today. So a little bit earlier today, but as mentioned, any of the content you missed from yesterday, you can catch up on via email. Cool. So now a little bit, I guess, a little further about what we will be covering today. So we'll be covering all sorts of topics: debugging Kubernetes, web accessibility, neurodiversity, how to get into tech, and so much more. So there's plenty for everyone, regardless what stage you are at in your career. And it's a jam-packed day full of inspirational chats, demos, and everything in between. And none of this, of course, would be possible without any of our fantastic sponsors. So once again, our sponsors are Funding Circle, IAG Loyalty, Gearset, BAE Systems, Landtech, NTT Data, all of whom are actively hiring on HackerJob right now. If you're looking for a new role and you're interested in anything that our speakers have to say today, please make sure to sign up. We will add a link into the chat right now. If there's anything of interest for you on the platform, we'll get you matched up. And as mentioned, you'll have a fantastic talent success manager like Henry or Maria who will help guide you through those various different processes. Plus, don't forget, all of our brilliant sponsors have got virtual booths that you can visit throughout the day. They'll be available throughout the day. To talk to you about opportunities available at their various organizations. So if you do have some time, make sure to visit them, say hi, and ask, any questions at all that you may have for them. And so you can access the virtual booths via Expo, and you can network with various different people in the people area as well, if that's something that you're interested in. But that's more than enough about HackerJob. Now I really want to get into DevLab and the reasons why we started it last year before we kick off with our first fantastic talk from Emily Cook. So why did we start DevLab? So we wanted to give back to our community. At HackerJob, we have a community of over 275,000 technical professionals, IT professionals, and we've spoken to all of them, either individually, sent surveys, emails, and we've generally been really interested in what people want from their community and how we can best serve our community beyond the kind of the bread and butter things we do, which I suppose is matching people up and helping them to get roles. And what we found was most people miss that connection. Okay, we've seen that move into remote working. We've seen them move into work from home, and there are myriad benefits for all of us in that added flexibility, whether you want to go to the office or whether you want to work from home. The fact that we can now pick a way of working that suits our lives better is a positive, but certainly one thing we have missed is that communication, that ability to engage with others on a more regular basis. So people miss going to live events, they miss speaking with their peers and hearing from the best in the industry. If you're already part of the HackerJob community, you'll know that we create a host of online events, webinars, all of which are free to attend. So please do keep an eye out for those in future. And I'm sure we can share some details on how you can find out about those and stay in the loop around any events we are putting on. But we also felt it was only right to give back and put on an engineering event to end all engineering events. And so DevLab was born. Obviously, our amazing sponsors have provided some fantastic speakers, but also we listen to who and what our community are looking for, which is why we've made sure to get a fantastic trio of keynote speakers for today to go along with our trio of keynote speakers for yesterday. So today we are joined obviously by Jennifer Opel, Emily Cook, and Shai Almog. You'll get to hear from them throughout the day, so make sure to stay tuned in as they share some of their amazing insights, career journeys, and the things that they're currently working on. And then just a reminder, also under the kind of DevLab umbrella, we do also have the DevLab podcast. Series 3 has just started coming out. We actually released the first episode with Jamshid Hashimi this week, who works with a fantastic organization trying to help refugees and other underprivileged people within Afghanistan learn to code so that they can build a better future for themselves and all of us. So yeah, please do tune into that episode. And again, we can make sure that we share that throughout the day so everyone has access. Before we delve in, just a little bit of housekeeping. So throughout the day, you'll be joined either by myself, Maria, or Henry as we introduce you to our fantastic speakers and moderate the sessions with any questions at the end. Please don't forget to ask as many questions as you like. Anything that we don't get round to, we will make sure to answer after the sessions have taken place today. If you have any questions for us at all, please do drop them in the chat, or alternatively, you can email hello@hackerjob.co and one of our team members will get back to you as soon as possible today.